Okay, listen, I picked up a couple of leaves outside. They're both maple leaves, but they're different kinds of maple leaves. And we're going to use these to do some negative painting to do our leaves. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to lay it down like this. You can overlap, but we're going to just try 2 leaves just to give you an idea what to do. I want to use a flat brush for this, and I've got my water. Okay, so let's pick up some kind of a blue, I'm thinking. And see this? We're just going to lay it down. A little bit more water, a little bit more paint. A little bit more water, a little bit more paint. Hope you can see this over this. Let me try to move this so you can see this. And okay, and let's just pick it straight up. There we go. Okay, I want to dry off this leaf, so maybe we can use it again if it doesn't dry out. Oh, we got a little stuff in here. We need to get that out. Okay, let's kind of like finish that. Places that didn't come out very good. A little bit on the edges here. I know I need to make sure I'm a little louder. All right, so then we could cross over that leaf, but in this case we can just go off the page. So we're going to put this one here, maybe a little higher. If we had a bigger piece of watercolor paper, which I suggest you do so you can fit more on, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I was out walking this morning and I picked up these leaves. It's interesting how here we are only in August and some of these leaves are starting to turn colors. It's like, what's up with that? Are we going to have an early fall? Okay, let's pick that up. Okay, I'm just going to dry that out too. If you really want to keep them like this, you can take and put them in a book and that'll keep them flat. Okay, so here we go. We've got our patterns now. I want to make sure that we're right here. Okay, let's look at this leaf, for instance. We can use this or we can do our own thing. Look at that, how interesting that is with, it looks like red and green. So we've got to make sure that this is dry here, or you know what's going to happen. It is going to just melt right into the rest of it. Let's do the outside while we're waiting. Let's put some different colors in here. How about some yellows? Now you get to decide what colors you want. Some yellows. Today we're going to make our own green like we did before. Okay, maybe a little bit of blue in with that. Just try different color blues. It's kind of like a green. Turquoise, maybe blue. Okay, I think that's kind of interesting. Let's take, I have this other green here. It's kind of like a lime green. Let's stick that one in here. And if your other paint isn't completely dried, we can put it in with it, or we can put it on top of it. Look at that, how it's just going to work its way right in there. Okay, let's go back to this green here, which is kind of cool. Some in like that. See the stem right there? Don't want to fill that in. I want to keep that. put a little yellow in here. Make it a little. There we are. You can go all the way up to the edges if you want to or not. It's up to you. You're the creator. I'm giving you ideas, and what you do with those ideas will be something fun, I'm sure. Okay, how's that? Okay, now let's see if the edges dry at all. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so let's look at this green. Do we want a green that's exactly like this? We might. So how are we going to make that green? Let's take some yellow. Right there. And then we're going to take some blue. We got a couple different blues. What's this blue? Oh, that's not blue. That's black. I'm not seeing too well this morning here. Here's a little blue. Let's just mix that in. Mix that in. Let's see. It's not as dark as we want it to be. But that might be too dark. It's close. It's close. Oh, should we call it close enough? Let's call it close enough. Okay. Now that I got that mixed, I think I want to use a bigger. Actually, I should have mixed more than that because then we're going to have to mix more. Like this. We're not doing it exactly like that, but you know, we can take, what we will take, let's find some kind of red. Is that a good red? Is this the kind of same red as this? Oh, we're getting other stuff in with that. Let's see, put this red here. It's a little redder than I want. So let's go for one of our oranges. This is the orangey orange. This is a little redder orange. Let's go for the little redder orange in here. Okay, now we need a little bit of more red. Right like that. That's pretty close. Okay, let's decide, say we're going to do that one. Okay, so I'm going to put some red in here. Up toward the tip. Maybe some down in here. I think maybe we'll put a little down in there. It's kind of turning a little bit more orange. Let's put a little more red in there. Darken it down a little. Add a little more in there. Okay, let's go back to our green. We have our green here. What did we decide? A little bit of yellow. And you don't have to make it this exact same green. You can make it whatever color green you want. It's pretty close. Okay, let's put some of this in here. And I'm thinking everything in the background is pretty light, so we need to go some way. Either the background needs to be darker or this needs to be darker, but one of them needs to be lighter than the other. Let's take this green. It's a different green in here that we've already got mixed. Actually, it's pretty close to that, but it's good to learn how to mix your own greens. Okay. You can let things dry a little bit more. It's will come out a whole lot better. Maybe we better dry. Take the hair dryer and dry a little. Here we go. There's the leaf. It goes right out there. Oh, and let's put that stem in right here. Can use this green. We need more. It's a little light. Okay. Let's stop. Let's dry. And then we'll get back to it. Okay. Let's work on the other leaf where we're making sure that one is completely dry. Okay, let's see this other leaf. I don't think we want to make it completely green. We could, but let's make it a little bit more interesting. Let's put some yellow in this leaf. Oh, look at that. It's nice yellow. See this? You can turn your work. You don't have to just keep it all the same. Okay, that's nice right in there. Now, with the yellow, if we're going to mix some of our blue in here, we can decide which blue we want to use. You know, we're going to create our green right there. So you can either mix it on your palette or you can mix it in your painting. Okay, let's go for a little bit different color green. Kind of like that. Lighter one. Okay. Mix right in here. All right, let's go back and take some yellow. Put some yellow in here. A little yellow there. All right, now we have two choices here. I'm going to clean off, I'm going to use a smaller brush. We can make the veins by pulling out the color like this. Veins are pretty light. Keep cleaning off your brush. The yellow is kind of hard to see. Okay. One more time. Oh, there's our stem. We did need that. Or your other option is to make the veins darker. It's up to you what you want to do. You're the artist. You get to decide. Let's go back to our red. I don't know if I like the orange. But your leaves can be orange, so that's is an option. I mean, like real orange. Okay. All right, so I don't know how we like this. Should we try putting a dark stem in there? Let's try putting some dark stems in there. So we're going to take some little yellow, a little bit of blue. Oh, whoops. I actually grabbed the black, but look at that. You can see how that's a nice green that made. Okay, let's go back and fix this. We're going to make mistakes, but you know what? As Bob Ross would say, some of them can be very happy accidents. Okay, so how do we like that? Okay, so you're going to take a thin brush, like this. And I don't think that's dry enough, so let's go back. Okay, let's go to this one here. Fill this in. We're doing layering. This is called layering. We definitely need, let's use some of this little darker green here. Actually, it looked pretty good in there. We need to get some contrast between these and the others. Okay. I don't know if I like this, so we can just wet the brush, dry it off, and pull it out. Okay, there we are. Okay, so if this is dry enough, which it's not, so our background, we might, over here it might be okay, but over here, maybe we should make more like the sun's coming down in here. Let's put some darker colors in here. Oh, there we go with the black, with the dark green again. See. How this works. Pull it out. We have to remember that that yellow is probably still wet. I'm just going to give you an example of how we're doing this. And then I'll finish it when we're done, so you can see how it looks later. Okay. And then let's find some kind of, we'll have to take a darker yellow. Okay. Oops. Okay, and then let's take some blue. All right. We make our stem here. Let's do this one first. So we do that. Yeah. You can do that, or you can just leave it the way it was. You decide what you want it to look like. Over here, we have the same choices here. Let's use this. There we are. We don't want to go over the red with the green. And we're not sure we like this. So let's pull out some of it. Let's make it a lot lighter. Just keep wiping off your brush. Coming in closer. We'll lighten it right up. Actually, see, look at that. See? Actually turned out pretty good. And we'll go over the rest of this. But basically, you've got the idea how to do this. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to show you the finished picture afterwards. You might want to gather some leaves and get started. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.